Welcome in, everybody. My God, that's the first time I actually used the countdown.
Yeah, I just.
That's cool.
I usually just like hit the go live button and then like shock everybody and tell them, hey, listen, by the way, we're live.
But
How do you do that countdown button? That's pretty easy, isn't it?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's in the thing on the side.
Okay. All right. Very cool.
So today welcome to Nerd Talk. We're going to be talking upcoming Star Wars. Not upcoming, just upcoming Star Wars that are on Disney Plus. And then after watching the Caroline Kennedy announcement for the shareholders, I think it was, I watched that clip that's on YouTube that you can watch that. And the Rogue Squadron is going to be a theater release movie.
Ooh.
So not only are we getting Disney Plus content, we're getting theater release movies. So
That's awesome. Ooh. Well, that's not supposed to come out till 2023.
yeah. It's still cool. All right, a little housekeeping. Thank you from Dean from The Live Place for hosting our show on The Live Place. You want to find a family-friendly stream or a family-friendly streamer, check out Dean at The Live Place at liveplace.com, where you can find us all happily scheduled.
Yep, we're all scheduled on there. Lots of channels on there. Hi, Christine Hickman.
So today, Nerd Talk, as always, we have What in the World with Russ Stapleton. We have right now
half of Desert Dream.
Half of Desert Dream
He
because
will be here.
Daniel was asking, is he having trouble putting his pants on?
Probably.
He's probably trying to also catch the last bit of that Pittsburgh game,
Yeah.
which I think they're still losing.
Are they? Oh, boy.
Yes. Kenzie is sharing the stream with me today because her computer is currently being used by Matt, who is hanging out with Pete McDevitt over on the Pete McDevitt's NFL watch party. So we've got some crazy stuff going on here today. So we're sharing, and in the chat we have
Mike Wheeler was
Mike
first.
Wheeler. First, as always, Lisa from It's Joey's World. Lisa and Joey. Hopefully, Joey's hanging out, listening to the Nerd Talk. If not, I know he'll watch it later. Daniel from Disinfinity. Christine Hickman. Noah from Disnova's Adventures. And that's about it for right now. Star Wars, man. Ooh,
Got a lot coming up.
a lot of content.
Yes.
So Disney announced a lot. The other, what was it? What one was that?
I think what was it the Disney shareholders event or something like that?
Yeah, I think it was like the week after Thanksgiving or something like that.
Oh,
Close
okay.
to Thanksgiving when they announced it, but we got a lot of announcements regarding Star Wars. I think the thing is that they've really seen the success that Mandalorian had and said we can do more of this.
Mm-hmm.
And what I got from that announcement was the studio that they're using. What do they call it? The garage or something to that effect. What's their the set that they use? They call it with
Unsure.
LED lights.
Crap.
Hi, Jeff.
We'll
Hi,
think of it.
Hello.
Yeah, I'll think of it in a minute.
Late.
I keep wanting to say the void, but I know it's not that.
Yeah.
Something like that.
They're building two more.
Yeah.
They're building one in London and one in, I think, what they say, New Zealand.
The volume.
The volume. They're building two more volumes, and they're building one in London, and they're building one, I think, in Australia or New Zealand area, so they can actually do more with the volume, which is awesome because it's giving us. I mean, you're talking what they got coming up. I mean,
Dad has a whole list.
I got a
That's
list.
loud. Don't do that.
Well, and that also means too that other studios can also use it and do projects as well.
Right,
So,
and if I'm not mistaken, it's a Lucasfilm property right now. But just like what they had, the Industrial Light and Magic, they had the THX sound that
Oh, yeah.
everybody was using
it's an ILM property, but then
ILM.
they will allow other companies to come in and use it and pay for it.
Which, not for nothing, I think a lot of these movies, especially just thinking about how good Marvel movies could be in the future, with where they don't have to interact with, hey, it's a green screen.
Pretend that this is this.
Yeah.
Oh, Lisa, what am I wearing? I'm wearing my leftover Christmas sweater.
He's had this thing for years. But yeah, so a lot
no
of
respect, no respect at all, no respect.
there's going to be a lot of improvements in the film industry, I think, because of this. And like I said, I think Disney was able to announce all of these shows knowing that, Mandalorian had such a great success, and they know how popular this whole miniseries thing is now. So now they're just pumping them out like crazy. You've got so many of them.
Well,
Yeah, hopefully it's still, it still is meaningful. I hope that it doesn't get oversaturated and people get tired of it. I would hope not, but
I'm hoping that they don't. I think a lot because one, it's going to be on Disney Plus, so
right.
There's not a lot of oversaturation that could happen there, per se. But just like with the Marvel movies, they just seemed like they were making such a good hit on the Marvel movies that, doing it on Disney Plus, hey, if it brings more people into the Star Wars universe, I'm happy with it.
Sure.
Welcome in, Mike, Chasing Dreams with Mike.
Yeah, these spin-offs are going to be great, and not even just the Star Wars ones. I'm excited to talk about the Marvel ones next week.
That's next week.
Well, I was gonna say that I think that they're taking a nod from the Marvel series, and they're I think they're going to schedule it similar to what they did with the Marvel universe, to where it will not necessarily all be all at once. It'll be, you'll have a show for this run, and then you'll have a show for this run, and then you'll take a film in, and then you'll run it. So it'll be
spaced out.
And from what I've read, a lot of them tie in to each other as well.
Right.
Okay.
So let's just start off.
I have a lot to say next week regarding the Marvel shows.
That's next week.
I know there's some very interesting things that are happening.
And
welcome
I
in,
do too. So.
Welcome in, Tina.
I've got my book back out.
Yeah.
So while watching it, the first show that they were talking about. Oh, by the way, welcome in, Jeffrey.
Me?
Jeff?
Yeah.
Oh, hey.
Coming late to the party. You must have been trying to catch the last couple minutes of that Pittsburgh game. How they doing, buddy?
No, I was in the shower. I mean, it's getting harder and harder to look this good. Telling you.
You need a haircut. Abby needs to get a haircut.
So one of the first ones they talked about was Andor. Now, Andor, if you haven't watched Rogue One, which takes place right before A New Hope, Andor is the spy that what do they call him? The Republic intelligence agent, which we all know where Andor ends up. If you've watched Rogue One, if you haven't watched Rogue One by now,
that's your fault.
That's your fault. So the spoilers, it's happening. We know that Andor dies in Rogue One, but now I think it's going to be a prequel series to what happens before we get up there. Welcome in, Amy, AJC Magic.
Okay, who's Andor?
Andor. So if you remember Rogue One, we had the girl, Cassian.
Yes.
Or no, Cassian's daughter was the main character.
Jim.
Yes.
Jim.
Yes.
Well, Andor was the Republic guy who, if you remember the first scene, he killed the one guy, and then he's also the one who has the robot that's voiced by, what's his name?
I haven't watched Rogue One.
Alan Tudyk.
Taiki.
No, it's Alan.
Hey, Garrett.
Alan.
What's the guy look like? Can we pull up a picture?
He looks like Poe Dameron, sort of.
All right,
He
hold
kind
on.
of does. Yeah, he's a similar.
K2SO.
So he died with her
Yeah.
at the end?
Yes.
Yeah.
The two of them together on the island.
Yeah.
Okay, I know who he is
Yeah.
then. Okay. He reminds me of what's his name? The Mandalorian guy. What's
Pedro
his
Pascal.
Pedro Pascal a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. All right. Anyway, sorry, Tracy. I was trying to picture who he is. So they're gonna have a series with him?
hmm
Oh, okay.
So it'll be probably like a spy thriller type thing, and
Right, and I think this is what they're going to be going for. They're going to be going for a spy thriller.
Uh-huh.
It's supposed, and it'll be like the formation of a rebellion, like it's the beginning of the rebellion, and
Cassian.
to-
Cassian's his name. That's
Yeah.
what we really know him by.
He looks like Pedro Pascal a little bit.
So
Just a little, yeah.
that's Andor. He's good. So I think it's going to be more of a spy thriller, and it takes place. Cheat sheet.
Like I said, I haven't watched Rogue One since I watched it in theaters when it came out, so I
Me
don't remember
too.
anything
Me
about it.
too. I haven't seen it either.
Rogue One is my favorite.
I have to watch.
Yes, I think Rogue One was probably out of all the Star Wars movies. I think it was more gritty, and this is what they should have done with Solo. I keep saying it all the time. They should have done with Solo. So Andor, it's mostly spy thriller. It's going to be the building of the revolution, and they also talking about bringing in Mon Mothma, the actress who played Mon Mothma, who was the leader of the rebellion when you seen her in Return of the Jedi. She's the one who, the stoic woman.
Yeah.
She makes an appearance in the Rebels, so I see a lot of stuff that you're going to see. You know what's going on in Rebels might bleed over into Andor. Who knows?
I will.
Welcome in, Will from Hitchhiking Buddies.
and Garrett's here as well. So
Oh,
Garrett.
Garrett.
Yeah, I said hi
Welcome
to,
in.
I'm saying hi to everyone. You're just talking. You can continue.
Oh, he said you're in striking
I
distance.
am.
Yeah.
So keep talking.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh boy.
So, and I'm interested in seeing how gritty they make this. If we go on the same type of
If we get the same type of content we got from Mandalorian,
right.
that would be amazing.
So, what do you guys think? Have you seen any of this promos for it?
I haven't seen any of the promo, but I've seen just from reading this, and it's supposed to be like 5 years before the film started or something like that. It's like, so it'll be. I want to see like maybe the story of when he meets K2SO or that kind of a thing,
Right.
You know, so you're going to introduce those characters from the movie, and will we get a little bit like will we get some more of what's the blind guy's name?
I'm one with the Force.
Mike Wheeler.
You're the one that I'm the one with the
No,
Force.
I don't think
Mike
you will
Wheeler.
because you don't. Yeah, Mike Wheeler. I don't think you're going to see that character from Jeddah because they don't get introduced until they meet the Jeddah.
Okay.
I think you're going to see more of that commando espionage type of thriller show. So
Right.
the K2SO, you might see more of the Resistance Intelligence Committee, and how that kind of works.
But to Russ's point, I would love to see the backstory of those two guys. The guy with the
Yeah,
big head.
I would too.
And
I
that,
would love to too, and maybe who knows, Mike? You might get some of it, but I mean, it wouldn't make sense until you know.
So Will says his name is Chirrut Imwe, I think is the way you say it.
I mean, I think whatever they do, I think they're going to do a good job.
Mm-hmm.
If they, they're going to take note from how Mandalorian went and how it was perceived. And I think if they stick with that, I think they're going to do a really great job. Like, I'm looking forward to a lot of these shows.
I also don't want a carbon copy of Mando.
Oh, of course not.
I want it to have a different feel, but at the same time, it'll still tie in with each other.
I hate to even I was going to say, I hate to even bring it up, but do you think Mandalorian would have been as successful if Grogu wasn't in it?
I think it would have been successful. I don't think it would have gathered the same audience it has.
Yeah, you're not going to get the Billy Joes of the world
No.
watching Star Wars.
So unless they introduce this adorable little character, no, I'm joking.
No, I
Say
think
Billy Joe or Billy Joel?
Billy Joe.
Oh.
Billy
Joel,
Joel.
the song of a piano man.
Although I hear that Billy's new favorite character is Jar Jar. So
Oh boy.
Oh, yeah.
we watched Phantom Menace today. Mom's watched the video. Mom's watched all of the movies before, but this is her first time sitting and actually paying attention to the episodes. So we watched Phantom Menace, and she has a hatred for Jar Jar Binks. Genuine hatred. Cannot stand him.
Like any true Star Wars fan.
Yeah.
But I digress. So we all know about the next show that we're kind of going to talk about. The next show we're going to talk about is Obi-Wan. We already know. And I think this is not...
Ooh, I'm excited about this one.
Yes.
Yeah.
We
I
need to
think-
get Zach down here for this.
I think this is going to be a limited series. It's not going to be a continual
Yeah.
series. I think you're going to get a very limited series, considering that Ewan McGregor is a movie star. I don't see him committing himself to a huge commitment of Obi-Wan. I think you're going to get maybe one season, maybe two, and then move on.
Well, the whole thing about the first season is that, I think it said 8 episodes, they said for that. And
Okay.
Hayden Christensen is also going to be in all 8 episodes. So it's going to be a lot of flashing back and a lot of...
It's going to have to be, because what they're saying is right now, Obi-Wan's going to take place 10 years after the events of Revenge of the Sith.
Yep.
So you're figuring it's 10 years after Revenge of the Sith,
So-
approximately 10 years before A New Hope.
Oh, okay.
We're going to be... It's said that we're going to be getting a lot of flashbacks and glimpses of what happened during Order 66 and more, information about that situation. Hi, Matt.
Is
I
Matt?
Well-
wonder if we're going to see
Yeah,
Grogu
Matt's-
escaping
So
for 66.
There's a
It'll
chance we will
show-
see Grogu.
it'll show Obi-Wan doing whatever he's doing, and then it'll cut to a flashback of Anakin saying, "I don't like sand."
Yes, that.
I mean, if you're welcome in movie, Meanie and Nick,
Hey, Nick.
Hayden Christensen coming in for Darth Vader in his Darth
No,
Vader
he's
outfit.
not. They literally
be
said
anybody.
he's going to be in the flashbacks. They
Yeah,
said
but he'll be-
Christensen
he'll be
is going to be playing Anakin in the flashbacks. They've confirmed that.
Does he look older now, though? How are they going to do that? Are they going to have to
He
do his
literally
face,
looks
or what
the
are they going
same.
to do?
Well, you know what? Did Mark Hamill look like Mark Hamill from, all those years ago?
They're not-
Yeah,
And-
I mean, if it's just a quick flashback, that's a different story. You're right. If it's just a quick flashback.
No, but it's not. It's like a whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what they do with it. I think. I mean, I kind of don't. I don't want it to be like Obi-Wan sitting on his porch in a rocking chair type, thing where he's just remembering things. But I mean, I hope that it's a little bit more.
I mean, really, how exciting can it be?
I want to see what like what happens, like when, because if he's supposed to be trying to protect Luke, I want to see what he's doing. Not just sitting in his house. He's obviously out doing something, and so that's kind of what I want to see is that, okay, what happens that he is actually, and maybe he was actually really protecting Luke a lot, and things were happening on Tatooine or in surrounding planets that
Right. That we didn't know
No.
about.
that
Mhm.
we don't know about,
Well,
So Will says, will we see a Vader Obi-Wan face-off? It has been confirmed there is going to be a battle between Hayden Christensen and Ewan McGregor in this show at some point.
but I don't see how that works, because think about what you're doing with the movies.
They'll explain it.
No.
I think they'll find a way to make it make sense.
Because
Well,
hello,
You know,
he captured.
Vader doesn't know about Luke, but yet think I don't know, because he does want. I mean, that's just the peak of his power, isn't it? I mean, in that time period.
But here's the thing: say Vader knows where Obi-Wan is. Say he's on the planet. You say he's on the planet of Tatooine. They capture Princess Leia's cruiser above the planet of Tatooine.
Right.
Wouldn't you think? I mean, just going back, they can't turn around and say, "Hey, okay, I know who's on Tatooine. That's who they must be sending it for." Because you have to play into what's already continuity and A New Hope that Vader doesn't know where Obi-Wan is.
Right. And I think it's weird. Like we watched The Phantom Menace again today. What a connection Darth Vader has to Tatooine. I mean, that's where his mother was. I mean, that's where he grew up.
Exactly.
So I'm surprised they hid Luke on Tatooine because that's where Vader's from.
But this is also where Vader doesn't want to go back to.
Okay.
True.
All right.
So after his mother died, he vowed to never go back. Is that right?
I don't think he vows never to go back. I think that just brings back Anakin Skywalker to the forefront of Darth Vader. You know,
Right.
so-
Okay. Did you look up anything about this show before you talked about it?
And I mean, technically, too, you know, Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru are his uncle and aunt, right? So,
well, only by marriage.
Luke.
yeah, true. But I mean, they are family. So.
Welcome in, William.
So how are they related to Anakin? I'm trying to remember. I guess it doesn't matter. Go ahead, Ken.
So the Obi-Wan Kenobi show will be a single season, 6 episodes show set 8 years after Revenge of the Sith and 11 years before A New Hope. Why don't you look things up?
Because Catherine Kennedy said 10 years after.
Who said that?
Catherine Kennedy.
When did she say it?
Catherine
During
Kennedy's
her
a big fat liar.
Okay, because what I'm reading right now is different.
Yeah. And by the way, now your mom's on board. Go give Matt something to drink in a snack.
No. Oh my gosh.
You can share go and take care of your boyfriend.
Oh my god. Can you actually research shows before you talk
No.
about them, please?
No.
Hey, Keith.
Welcome in, Keith. Welcome in, William. So as far as the explanation of why I think Luke or Darth Vader won't go back to Tatooine is Darth Vader's personality is at the forefront, right? To go back to Tatooine brings Anakin more forward. And that's what he doesn't want to do. This is what happens in Return of the Jedi. He doesn't want to be reminded of what he was. He wants to be what he is.
Right. Well, no, see, my thinking is, and I'm not thinking that he's going to stay, like Obi-Wan wouldn't stay on Tatooine. This my idea would be that maybe that, you know, he is out being proactive. Maybe. But I mean, I don't know. You know, who knows? Because I mean, again, what kind of a show are we going to have if Obi-Wan's just sitting on Tatooine? You know, that's my only question. I still don't understand.
Maybe he's going to sit there and thinks about how he saved Grogu from the temple.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? I mean,
welcome in.
But that also kind of doesn't make sense to me as to why would it just be a flashback? You know what I'm saying?
Who makes Windu?
Messing with you. That's why.
No, I know.
No, I'm saying maybe he's going to be sitting in his chair in that little hut and thinking about how he saved Grogu.
Yeah.
Okay.
Welcome in, Keith. What do you think, Jeff? You're kind of quiet today.
I don't know. I just hope it's good. I think.
Yeah.
It's
I'm sure it will be.
I think it's a good. I've been waiting for this. This is the one I've been waiting for, actually, to see what he's been doing on Tatooine. You know, going to the bar. You know. Beating up stormtroopers. He seems to know his way around.
He does. Although he's in hiding, isn't he? Isn't he like hiding up in the mountains? They
He's
call him like
living with
an
the
old
sand
hermit.
people. He's living with the sand people. He's one.
He's one with the sand people. No, that's Boba Fett.
Well, that was another question. Will we see any Boba Fett?
I highly doubt it.
Like before, you know, while he's with the sand people.
I don't think we're gonna be lucky enough to get that interaction. And if we do get that interaction, it's going to most likely be for fan service and
Right.
not actually part of the plot whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just playing devil's advocate here, trying to think of things that could or could not happen, So
I mean, to me, I would think that it probably is going to deal with more of the Hutts and what's going on Tatooine.
Because you can't just
Around
expect
Luke.
Obi-Wan to do nothing. He's got to be
right, and
doing
that's what I'm
things.
saying is that he's got to be doing something while he's on Tatooine. So,
Yeah.
hey, girl.
This Infinity basically said Obi-Wan's smart because he went somewhere with sand, and Anakin doesn't like sand.
True.
Gets everywhere.
Good point. Good point.
It takes a long time to wallpaper your house, put hardwood floors in.
I just want to see how he went from that great fight scene we seen in Revenge of the Sith and how they explain, this whole
Yeah, it's Jedi arthritis, man.
and A New Hope. You know what I mean?
Jedi arthritis.
Jedi arthritis. Yes, they did confirm that Hayden Christensen's coming back.
Yeah.
Then we're getting a Lando Calrissian series, which is also
Really?
pretty cool. Yes, they're talking about the Lando Calrissian, which is going to take place probably right around the time of the Solo movie.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So
I
young
don't have
Lando.
information about the shows,
which is
so
fine.
we can have information about them.
I
I
thought I was
couldn't find
doing
anything on the Lando show.
well. I think it was a small clip that they had where they're talking about the Lando show. So you might get that whole Calrissian, that smooth operator. Could we see a little bit of Solo jump in here and there? I don't know. I mean, they do have an actor cast as a young Han Solo, so it might come around, or it might just be how Lando Calrissian got his ship.
What show are we talking
Yeah,
about?
that's what I was wondering too. If it would be
Chewie too, right? Was he friends with Chewie or no?
Yes.
Lando
Who,
was?
Lando?
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Han Solo.
Okay, I didn't know if they had a history. Okay, I didn't watch the Solo.
Is it
movie.
actually called the Lando show?
It's called Lando.
It's just Lando.
The Lando show?
Okay. I thought it was like the Sonny and
Lando.
Cher.
It's gonna be a variety show.
Tony Orlando and Dawn.
Yeah. just like the Christmas special.
It's,
I'm just asking. I didn't know.
no, we're messing now. I'm thinking, wouldn't this be great? We'd have the Lando show, and it's like the Brady Bunch variety hour, and we have Chewbacca come out for a segment.
Yes.
He-
Do a little
he can-
skit.
He can sit there on the Falcon next to the little chess table thingy and have a talk show.
Do a little soft shoe.
Tie a yellow ribbon around me.
So the Lando show is still in early stages, so we don't really have any say on
Yeah,
who is
it's still in
playing Lando.
pre-production. So
Well, I mean,
Is it going to be Glover?
Glover was cast
Glover.
as Lando in
Solo?
Solo, so I'm assuming he probably. I mean, and he came from a series show. I mean, he got his rise in Community with Chevy Chase and
Chris Pratt.
Chris
no,
Pratt.
no. In
Oh, that's
Community, it was
Chris Pratt is in Parks and Rec.
Star-Lord.
no, that's Parks and Rec. Community was that guy from Soup and
I don't know who that is.
Ooh,
I'm just looking up information about the shows.
Soup.
It might not even be 6 episodes. It says it might be less than that. So who
Okay.
knows?
Well, it would be nice to know how he became ruler of Cloud City.
Mm-hmm.
that would be cool.
That's
that
really
would be a good story.
Because in Solo he was just a gambler and he really didn't have much direction. So
Right. Yeah, that would be a good direction to go with it.
I mean, there is books, short stories that were printed back in the day. It was Tales from the
Crypt.
no,
Oh my.
Tales from the Empire, Tales from the Republic, Tales from Jabba's Palace that had like little snippets of things that were happening how Lando did this and how Han did this and a couple other different stories. There's stuff that they can pull from that's out there in Legends and, make good movies out of, or even good shows out of.
What's next up in the?
Well, here's one that I didn't actually kind of do a lot of research on, but Kenzie will do the research.
Yep.
She's actually going to like this because Visions is a Japanese animation.
Yes. This is going to be really cool.
For Star Wars.
Yeah.
What is it?
So,
well,
it's
I don't
called
think that it's
Visions.
necessarily all Japanese.
Vision?
I think it's different studios doing like 10 different short films, right?
Yeah, so Visions will be a series of animated short films that celebrate the Star Wars galaxy through the lens of anime creators. So basically, we're going to be getting Star Wars in kind of an anime style, which
Okay.
I'm excited about because I really like anime. I think that'll be really cool.
Will that be on Disney Plus or no?
I hope we
Yeah.
see.
It's all on Disney Plus, yeah.
I hope we
Okay.
see Speed Vader. That'd be funny.
Go Speed Vader.
Go Speed Vader.
As long as we don't,
Go.
see like I don't know, Obi-Wan using the Force like Goku or something, and
That's funny.
But I guess
So
what they're gonna-
I'm looking forward to. I really enjoyed like the Animatrix stuff that they did for the Matrix, where they had similar
Right.
thing, to where
Yeah,
they
so
had
we-
different artists do or different studios do different shorts, and each
So
one
we're
is unique.
We're not really getting a lot of information about this at all, other than the fact that it'll be 10 different things from several leading Japanese anime studios, which a part of me thinks is really cool. I'm hoping maybe Studio Ghibli will make an appearance because Studio Ghibli has worked with Disney before, and I think that would be really awesome.
Well, and like I said, there is so much printed stuff in Legacy where they can pull. Just it has nothing to do with Jedi. It has nothing to do with Mandalorian. It has nothing to do with some of the big names. I mean, I remember reading a story about a person working on the docks in one of the space stations and how they got involved in the rebellion, or there's just so much little stories that can pull into it and make a great show, especially
Or even
for
a great short
shortlist.
film, yeah.
Right.
Well, if Sanrio's doing one and we get a character named Hello R2D2, I'm all for it. That'd be awesome.
Instead of Hello Kitty.
Yes, I understand what that means. I know.
Thanks for translating that for me, Tracy.
Do you think I just don't know those things?
I like Choco Cat. Choco Vader.
Choco Vader.
So what the heck is that?
Choco Cat?
Choco Cat?
Show him Choco Cat.
Choco
Kenzie.
Cat's one of the cats. Hello Kitty, Choco
I
Cat.
don't watch Hello Kitty. That's the only person there. The only thing I know is Hello Kitty is the one kitty that goes like this.
Choco Cat.
Choco
Well, that
Cat's
would be-
adorable.
That'd be cute Darth Vader.
All right. Sorry for going down
Choco
that road.
Cat.
Sorry.
Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate
Okay,
it.
so my nerdom doesn't get into anime.
Yes,
maybe
I
your
am the
nerd-
anime side of the nerddom here.
And then apparently Jeff is a brony. So
I used to be a brownie.
I have Hello Kitty stuff all over my bedroom.
You're probably wearing Hello Kitty, like
Hello
Kitty
I just washed my Hello Kitty
pajama pants.
Bathrobe.
No, I just washed my Hello Kitty pillowcase. Can't wait to put my head on it and snuggle
Welcome
with
in, Glenn.
Hello Kitty.
Welcome in, Glenn. Rockin' Robin Glenn. A show called Hello Yoda. Yeah, that would be cool.
There you
Hello,
go.
Grogu.
Hello, Grogu.
That took a bad turn.
It took a super bad turn. Now, they're also look this one up. Droid Story.
Yep.
You can't see him.
Oh, look at him. What's up with
His
him?
face is all jacked up.
Oh, there he is.
Because
There
of
he
the green
is.
screen. What one is it?
Now they got a Droid Story,
Oh, let me look that up.
which I think is a one-off episode of a C-3PO and R2-D2 supposedly going on a secret mission that only they know about. That's what Catherine Kennedy had said in her announcement.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Which is weird because they did actually do this in Rebels There's
well, I was gonna say they've done it a couple of different times where they've had their own adventures.
I mean, even in I think in Star Wars Clone Wars, there was an episode where C-3PO and R2-D2 was doing something by themselves, or R2-D2 did a mission all by himself. And then in Rebels, there was one where it was C-3PO and R2-D2 by themselves that interacted with the Rebels characters. So
yeah,
it'd be interesting. But I think it's a one-off story, if I'm not mistaken. They are saying that Anthony Daniels is coming back for C-3PO.
Wow.
So
A Droid Story is an animated adventure series.
An animated?
Yes, it's animated.
Oh, it's animated. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
R2-D2 and C-3PO. As we continue to develop new stories, the intersection of animation and visual effects offers new opportunities for us to explore. This epic journey will introduce us to a new hero, guided by our iconic duo on a secret mission known only to them. So we're going to be getting someone new who R2 and 3PO are going to be helping out.
I bet you it's BB-8.
Welcome in the dark side of the Force, and thank you for coming and checking out. We're not just Star Wars, but there's a whole nerd fandom that we have going on.
We watch a lot of Marvel as well.
I think Jeff's going to lead with anime one week because he seems like a huge anime fan.
Hello, Kitty. Hello.
I'll lead with anime 1 week.
You have no idea.
So that'll be interesting. So, I mean, the way that they're talking about the animation, this might be not the drawn animation that we see with the Clone Wars or even Rebels. We might see more of a computer animated series. The way it sounds to me like they're talking about the upcoming technology or whatever. So,
like Legos.
Well, and if they're introducing a new character too, I mean, that might even introduce another spinoff down the road. Who knows?
Who knows?
Depending on their popularity and success.
Yeah, depending on what happens.
So also what they have is a show called Acolyte.
Mm-hmm. This is the one I'm most looking forward to.
What is this? What is that?
This one takes place during the High Republic era.
Spell that?
High Republic.
No, what's the show called?
The Acolyte.
The Acolyte.
ACCO?
ACOLYTE.
Oh.
No idea what that is.
So
I'm assuming from what I had seen or what I have gathered from Catherine Kennedy's announcement was it's actually going to delve into a dark force acolyte during the High Republic time. So you have the Republic that we see at the end of or during the Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, and Revenge of the Sith. That's called the Republic. That's like that's where they're on the downslide. They're all embroiled in marred in politics and nothing really gets done. The High Republic age is where everything is running smoothly. The Jedi had no enemies. It was just they were the dream team going out there just handling everything.
There's been no cast announced at all, but it is rumored to be female centric. Mm-hmm. So we'll have a female.
Yeah, from what I gather, and they say there's going to be lots of martial arts in it, lots of lightsaber fight type stuff. From what I gather, it'll be. I mean, it's different time period, but to me, it reminds me of the Knights of the Old Republic video game, where you have the Sith who are in hiding, but they're gathering strength and they're learning. They're gearing up for the final to come back.
It's either before the Rule of Two, Rule of Two, or after the Rule of Two.
It is 200 years before the prequels.
So it's probably still during the Rule of Two. So it might be. Yeah. It might be the interaction between an apprentice and the master of the Sith.
And that's what I'm thinking. It's going to be it'll be kind of the backstory of the Sith. It's kind of in a way it's going to explain kind of the whole apprentice master type thing and yeah. So I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be a darker type show, but I feel also that it will. I'm wondering if it will be whether or not this acolyte really does want to turn to the dark side type thing,
Right.
kind of a thing.
Also, there are a handful of characters from prior movies that we might see, such as a young Yoda.
Right.
Oh,
The
So
fact
a
that
true
he's-
baby Yoda.
maybe
not a
actually a
grown
baby Yoda. Nice. Oh yes, there he is.
He looks yellow in here.
Which-
It really does
Which,
zap out.
you know, there were a lot for when they were still doing the Star Wars story series. There was talks that there was going to be a Yoda movie about his backstory, and so this may lead into that. Who knows?
Yeah.
But like I say, I think a lot of this it's setting up for things. And as we I know we only got about 20 minutes, but there are the other shows. The things that I've read, they do tie into each other, and then at the end, it all culminates into one big event.
Mhm.
Right.
So
Then we have an offshoot from the Clone Wars. If you've seen any of the previews out there, the Bad Batch, it deals with Clone Force 99. And the Clone Force 99, if you've watched any of the last season of the Clone Wars that was released on Disney Plus, it dealt with just the Bad Batch. Or some of them was just the Bad Batch, like the first couple episodes. And what they are is they're clones of Jango Fett with preferred defects, like a tracker, a sharpshooter, a slicer, and I think, and I did watch a breakdown on one of these. What I think that they're looking at, that this might be the Bad Batch might not have been born or been cloned with that inhibitor chip. So when the Galactic Empire comes to one, they might not be under the same restrictions as a regular clone trooper, except for one, which was one of the original clones that was used by the separatists to strategize and stuff like that. So if you've watched any of the 7th season of Clone Wars, I highly recommend it. It's a good season.
I'm
looking forward to that.
I still have to watch Star Wars, like Clone Wars, at some point, so I'll know about these things.
So Will knows about Wrecker. Wrecker is like a huge Jango Fett who's all muscled out, and I'm assuming this is what happens when that Clone Force 99, who didn't get the inhibitor chip, deals with the fact that they are clones, but outside of the clone army.
I'm kind of hoping it's going to be, I mean, not as campy, but like a Star Wars version of A-Team type, thing where they're going out. No, I mean, not that campy, but I'm just saying, where they're going out on their own missions.
Frame for Jeff. Frame for Rams if you're not commit. Maybe you can find the Bad Batch.
Infinity. I want to watch Clone Wars at some point. I might do it over break.
I'm watching it right now. I'm only started into the first season, and I'm enjoying it so far.
Started watching it
How many
too.
seasons are there?
Yeah,
So-
seven.
Wow.
See, but here's the thing.
They're
They
not in
say
order.
7 seasons. The first 2 or 3 seasons, they're a little bit out of order, so you're better watching it in the order
chronological order.
Yeah, which is what I've been doing. The list is on StarWars.com if you need to.
Jeff,
Okay.
did you see Amy's comment? You're missing a good drive.
Oh no, they can't be in the game at this point.
So, welcome back, Tina. I'm interested to see how this works because I actually like the Bad Batch, and the Bad Batch was done before Disney took over Disney Star Wars. It was pre-vised, and then when Disney took it over and said we're going to do another season, they took and finished it, and I think it looked really cool. If you're looking at the Clone Wars, Netflix gave us when it came from Cartoon Network and went on to Netflix gave it a season. When it came off of Netflix, went on to Disney Plus. Disney Plus gave it its last season. Now there's not like 13 episodes or 24 episodes each season. So the farther you go down into the seasons, the less episodes you get.
I heard the last season was really great, though.
Right, the Disney Plus season was really good, and you get a lot of and watching the last season of the Clone Wars, you get a lot of bleed over of what's happening with Ahsoka Tano, which we'll get to in a couple minutes. Ahsoka Tano during Order 66 and how she escaped Order 66.
Yeah, it seems like the first couple seasons of Clone Wars, it's much more kiddie, like kid for kids.
Well,
and then the show it starts to develop more story as it goes.
I feel like a lot of shows do that though. Like honestly, any kids show you watch, that happens towards the end of it.
What's up,
Like,
Carlos?
like Harry Potter.
Well, Harry Potter, yeah, because the farther you get into it, the older your audience gets.
Hey, Carlos.
It kind of grows up with its audience. I mean, that happens with a lot of cartoons, like really random Gravity Falls.
I was going to say,
Yeah, that's a
It
great show.
Ever.
was super campy, super for kids. And by the end of Gravity Falls, it was pretty intense. So I love Gravity Falls. Love that show.
Yeah.
We haven't talked about it, but it's technically Disney. So
I
We
need to
should
rewatch
talk
that
about
too.
Gravity Falls.
We could probably do a show on that.
yes.
Daniel says Pittsburgh Steelers are ahead.
Thanks, Daniel.
Wow.
I think it is on Disney Plus.
Is
Yes,
it? Okay.
It probably is.
Yeah,
That's
really
such a. I don't want to get away from Star Wars, but
No,
Gravity
no.
Falls was awesome.
That's
Well,
where Grandpa the Kid comes from. But anyway, go ahead.
we really enjoy it.
so we covered the Bad Batch, we covered Obi-Wan. Then we got the two shows that are going to happen at the same time as the Mandalorian timeline.
Mhm.
We have the Rangers.
One thing back after for the Bad Batch, I did notice that they announced that Ming-Na Wen will be coming back as Fennec.
Oh.
Oh,
So we'll get a little bit of her backstory as well. So
Fennec. It's the show's actually called The Bad Batch.
mhm.
Yes, the Bad Batch, and that's what the name of this clone trooper group was called, the Bad Batch.
Okay.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Tracy,
so
I didn't mean to cut you
we're
off.
going to get some Fennec in this because you can actually see some of the Fennec character drawn in the
trailer.
promos. So that's going to be interesting. So also while we got the Mandalorian going on in the timeline of the Mandalorian, we're going to have Rangers of the Republic.
New Republic.
The New Rangers of the New Republic, which I think you're going to see the two Rangers that we see in the X-wings that were that saved Mando from the big spider episode,
Uh-huh.
and the one who gave Cara Dune her badge and Marshall for.
Uh-huh.
And I think you're going to see a story arc with these guys. And
That would be really cool though, like a little cop movie,
right.
like a cop show where they're going around.
Which I'm excited for this because it's a pilot movie. It's a pilot show. If you ever remember, was it Baba Blackwing or what?
I don't know what you're
Oh,
talking
Black
about.
Sheep.
Right, Baba Black Sheep.
Yeah.
That was an awesome. That was an awesome show when you were watching it. It was a pilot movie,
Yeah.
Mhm.
So we're gonna get a pilot show, a Starfighter pilot show, and Law and Order.
Meet Chips in
Yeah,
space.
right.
What?
Chips in space.
Ships in space.
And then also at the same exact time in the timeline of those two shows, we're going to be getting Ahsoka.
Mhm.
Yes, and Ahsoka. So if you've watched any of the Rebel series, the last episode of the Rebel series, they kind of wrapped up what happened to everybody with the characters from Rebels, and they have Ahsoka Tano going on a quest with Sabine Wren to find Ezra Bridger. Now, creator, what the hell? I got all these names in my head, and I'm forgetting them.
I kind of got Waka.
Yeah, Waka Waka.
You talking about Dave Filoni?
Yes, Dave Filoni pretty much said that scene in Rebels could have happened after what we seen in The Mandalorian or before the scene in Mandalorian. So you don't know exactly where we stand with Ahsoka, which is also awesome that we're getting an Ahsoka. So we're getting a Jedi show along with a Sith show.
Rosario Dawson will still be Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Which is good because I think she did a really amazing job.
But when you're looking at the shows all together, we got Andor. It's a spy movie. That's going back all the way to the beginning of this hour that we talked about. We got a spy show coming up. We got Obi-Wan, which is a small limited Jedi series. Bad Batch, which is going to be a trooper series.
We're getting a lot.
Lando, which is going to give you your Scoundrel series. Acolyte, which is going to give you a Sith series. A Droid series, which is going to deal with droids.
We're getting a lot of content.
A lot of content. A lot of world building.
A lot of
coming out.
Things that he needs to make room for in his head.
And we haven't even talked about the Book of Boba Fett yet either.
No.
Right. That was a surprise because nobody knew the Book of Boba Fett, and this is coming out in December, which I'm assuming is probably going to be a limited series, just like the Obi-Wan series.
Yep.
You're not going to get a lot, maybe 6 episodes. They're saying December. I'm assuming that it's going to come out in December and wrap up before we get to Mando Christmas Day.
Yeah, I think it's going to start at the beginning of December, and by the end we finish that, we'll have Mando. And there's rumors about Luke Skywalker with Sebastian Stan. I personally think that if they are rumoring that, I don't think it's going to be a Luke Skywalker show. I think it's going to be him playing Luke Skywalker in Mandalorian if we're going to still be seeing Grogu's story and him at all. That's how I think it's going to work out. Book of Boba is rumored to have 4 episodes. And
which would make sense.
It's better than none.
Right. Well, I mean, it'll take us right into the beginning because they're saying after release of Mandalorian Season 3 is going to be Christmas Day, which kind of throws it off because Christmas Day next year is on a Saturday. Almost all of The Mandalorian was released on a Friday. But then again, they also released The Mandalorian during launch, which was a Tuesday. So who knows?
Well, did they say Christmas Day or did they just say Christmas? Because it might just do it Christmas Eve,
Yes, Glenn, the Book of Boba, if you've watched the last episode of The Mandalorian Season 2, there was a short clip, a short after credit scene where they introduced a book of Boba Fett.
On Christmas 2021.
So it's going to be Saturday, 2021, Christmas Day. And then we're going to get a movie. We're going to get Rogue Squadron
in 2023.
In 2023, and they're saying Christmas of 2023.
Oh, why do we have to wait so long?
But it's going to actually be a feature-length movie. Now, I'm so pumped for this because if they go through some of the material that was written for Rogue Squadron, we're going to have a great movie.
Now, when would that take place in the timeline?
I don't know. They didn't. I don't think there was a real.
I haven't seen anything about when it takes place.
Right. The only promo I seen for it was the director of Rogue Squadron is going to be the director of the first Wonder Woman movie. The female director, she's the one that Natalie Portman agreed to do Thor 2, and then she was fired, and Natalie Portman was like, "I'm committed to this one. I'm not doing it again."
Yeah.
So she gets Wonder Woman. I'm hoping that she gets Rogue Squadron. I can't.
Isn't Rogue Squadron? Doesn't that happen like during 4, 5, and 6?
It might.
I think that's when. I think that's the timeline is during 4, 5, and 6.
I would love to have it to take place after 6, like right after 6, and how they got.
We need some more content about after 6 before 7. We need more content about that.
How they move about and rebuild Rogue Squadron. I would love to see them, just like in the books that I read, Wedge Antilles becomes the leader of Rogue Squadron, and they bring in a nice hotshot pilot named Corran Horn, who ends up becoming a Jedi Master. So, but there's so much out there. If anybody ever reads any of the legendary stuff, Rogue Squadron was an excellent series. Tap, tap, tap. I know what time. I can tell time. It says it right there. It says what time it is.
Read it.
It says 3:56.
We have 4 minutes left.
We do have 4 minutes left.
Indy has things to do.
Yes, we are going to go around the table. All right, so let's I want to say thank you guys for showing up. Star Wars talk. I can go on.
Oh, yeah.
Probably another 3 hours just talking about it. But
imagine living with him. Imagine it's just constantly happening. This was my whole morning. watching Phantom Menace. This was my whole morning. Was having to translate his gibberish of an explanation for my mother because he makes no sense.
I already forgot her name because I had to make room
He's
for all
got to
this
make
other
room for more Star Wars things, so he's decided he's just gonna like push other information out. So he doesn't remember my name anymore.
Okay, so let's get back to it. Russ, what do you got coming up this week?
Well, this early this morning, I dropped a short little Lego video that I've been trying to work on, doing my Lego shorts and things like that. So if you want to check that out, it turned out really, really cool. Saturday, the plan right now is to watch Soul and talk about that. So I'll give you, you guys will have a week to watch that, and we'll come together and talk about that. There will be spoilers, so make sure you watch it. But that's why I kind of went ahead and did that so that we have time to watch it. And then I think that's about it. I mean, other than maybe just jumping on with other people. So that's the only plan right now.
All right. Jeff and Angela, what do you got coming up?
What do we
I don't
got?
know. We've been busy planning Disney Dan's wedding. That's coming up.
No.
What?
Poor Dan.
And
Yeah.
what else we got going on
So
besides that?
we'll probably be dropping some more shorts. We found some older video that I thought was kind of cool.
I don't want to see Jeff drop his shorts.
Don't worry, I don't have any on the drop.
Oh boy. And then we won't be heading back to the parks till Sunday. But Sunday we will be.
You're on vacation.
Yes, we're on vacation.
We're
We'll
on
be
vacation
at
from the parks.
Magic Kingdom.
On the
We'll
3rd?
come back here for Marvel Talk, and then we'll go.
Yes.
Then we'll head over to Epcot. So, how about you guys up top?
Well, we are not going to be doing book club this week. So we have probably a week and a half, probably 2 weeks for book club. Once Tina decides what we're reading, if I can remember how to read. I mean, there is so much Star Wars stuff out there.
Oh, pizza night. We have pizza night, right?
We
Kenzie?
do have Thursday is not wasting time. I don't know exactly what we're going to do. We're not singing. I can tell you that's for sure. Somebody wanted to do make that a yearly thing. Someone mentioned to say we should do that every year. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, once a year is probably enough.
Well,
Yeah.
since Tina won't do her all 24 hours New Year's stream, you should do it, Tracy.
Yeah. I should tell them. No. So then we're doing pizza stream this Friday on New Year's Day. Kenzie Days, Tracy Glenn, and There's Our Dream. We're going to do a pizza stream at 5:00 on Friday, 5:00 Eastern.
It'll be pizza and pork.
Pizza and pork. And Lisa said once a decade is more than enough for with singing.
That's what we should do. We should. Oh,
What?
We should invite Joey next time because he can sing.
I know what we can do.
Jeff
for
has
pizza.
Jeff has a good idea for a pizza. It'll be a surprise.
Nice.
Sweet.
And then tomorrow on my channel, I'm doing a stream about all of the things I'm looking forward to in 2021. And Ange is going to be joining me.
Yay!
So it's going to be me and Ange talking about what we're looking forward to. And next Sunday, we will be doing, on my channel, we'll be having Nerd Talk, and we're going to be talking about the new Marvel shows that are coming out that I'm very excited about. Okay, you can, I don't want to see that.
What is it, Jeff with no shorts?
No, it's Garrett made pictures that are funny.
Oh, geez. Oh, geez.
And I'm excited to talk about the Loki series and the WandaVision series and all these awesome Marvel series that are going to be coming out. I can't wait to talk about them next week on my channel, 3:00 Nerd Talk.
So, guys, thank you for talking and being with us, talking Star Wars. That's my forte. I'm a big Star Wars geek.
Yeah, we know the first half hour is going to be about Loki.
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
And we've got WandaVision starting on the 15th of January.
That's
Yep.
crazy. It's right around the corner.
Yep.
Right around the corner. Wait, you've been hanging out with Tina, huh?
All right. Thank you guys for being here.
Thank you guys for being here. Thank you, chat, for being here. And again, check out theliveplace.com for all your family-friendly streamers. Guys, have a good day, and thank you for giving us your Sunday.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.